welcome to Titanium Talks Tarot, and today I'll be doing another insight, alright? So, on Saturday, when my recap of what your intuition could be came out, I had an event that evening, and before I got to the event, one of my signs that something was about to happen, well, my, in, my sign for I'm going to learn a very big lesson came up in my body, right? So my sign is that I start getting my rib cage starts to feel like it's constricted. I can't really breathe much. Well, I can. I breathe normally, but I feel like there's something like didn't allow me to full on take in the full on breath. Then my mouth starts to salivate. And what else? I have another one. And once you get used to these things, you'll start noticing them prior to them happening, or while they happen. You're like, okay, something's about to happen. And yeah, so those are the two. My mouth starts to salivate, like I'm hungry or I'm thirsty, and then my rib cage sort of feels constricted. Those are my signs that I'm about to, or and I feel a little like excited, anxious, a little bit of like something's about to happen, and I need to watch out for something like a lesson, like a big lesson, which is what it was. Usually, if those things come up, I know something like a big lesson is about to approach and will be given to me to test me to see if I learned my lesson. Um, and what actually happened was I met someone who and I noticed he had a big scar on his head, and I went to him and I asked him how he received it, and generally I would have like automatically thought that this was a partner, like a life partner or something, a possibility of a life partner. And automatically the guy like shut me down. He's like, aren't you like the same age as my brother? I'm like, and I know his brother. We went to elementary together. And so by his telling me that my older brother, my voice just cracked, that's a sign for me that he's like, no. And so I was like, okay. And I let it go. And the interesting thing was that throughout that night and the next day, I sort of got like insights that he was thinking of me again. And I'm like, I thought I'm like, no, I'm out. I, what I mean by I'm out is I am not going to give more energy to this interaction type of thing. Which in the past I would be like, oh my god, no, 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 I have to give more attention to this, and no, no. And I'm, I'm at a point where I'm like, you know what? If he doesn't want, he will not. If he wants to interact more with me, he will come look for me. This is not the case. So I'm like, okay, bye. And I didn't really put much I didn't try to make him stay. I was just like, okay. When he was like, okay, like I'm done with this conversation, I'm like, okay, bye. And that's what I think well, that's what I think that my lesson was. But I guess only time will tell. To be seen. Hopefully, I learned my lesson. Hopefully. Now, excuse me, before I cut this off, the reason why I'm saying this is that sometimes the interesting thing about knowing what certain signs in your body mean is that you will be able, because when I said in the last week, like yesterday, 2 days ago, is that your body constantly communicates with you, right? Your higher self is constantly communicating with you. So if you know what something means in your body when it happens, you will be better placed to, to see what's about to happen, which is what I was talking about. So for me, when I get those signs that I'm about to embark on a lesson, a massive lesson, I know that I need to be on my A game, right? So that just allowed me to better prepare myself for whatever was about to happen. And what I want you guys to do is to notice that when you feel this intense emotion or all these things, it's basically a sign for you to be able to recognize when you should stop and look around you and be more attentive to what is actually happening. So please take that with a grain of salt and try to figure out what your higher self is trying to tell you at every given moment. So when you feel a specific, okay, I think my mic also wants in on the action. Anyway, so when you get specific messages from your higher self, listen to them and sometimes catalog them so you know what they are. Like, I know for a fact that once I start to get feel restriction in my lungs or my rib cage, when I start feeling like 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 I'm feeling a little anxious and I start to salivate and I'm not actually hungry or thirsty, that's my sign that I'm about to learn a very big lesson. So I need to be on my, I need to watch out for what's about to happen so that I don't fall prey to something that is about to steer me off course of what I want to actually manifest. Okay. So, my gorgeous triple tears, this is all that I have for you guys today for this video series. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, we found a little description of this video and the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye.